Hello besties, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about October book releases. As usual, I have a long list. I have my laptop here with me and let's dive straight into it. I have a lot of different genres: horror, mystery thrillers, a lot of fantasy, dark romance, and also some genre bending books that I'm very excited to talk about. The first book, let's kick off with a horror, shall we? Because I love this genre so much. No, I don't. But I really want to read more horror this season, and I have added a lot of horror books to my TBR jar. And hopefully we are getting some of those in the near future. I'm reading one right now. It's going great. Yay. Okay, the first book is called The Haunting of Payne's Hollow. The cover with the horse and the red eyes is creeping me out, to be honest. And also, I didn't read the whole synopsis, but this is the gist of it. First of all, it says this is a nail-binding supernatural horror about a haunted lakeside property and twisted family secrets. So we are following a girl or a young woman. Her name is Samantha. Her father took his own life after being accused of murdering a child at their lakefront cottage. And years after that incident, she discovers that her grandfather left her the very valuable lakefront property. But there is one catch. She needs to live in that cottage for a month to be able to inherit it. And obviously she's going to do that, and we are going to follow her. This comment says that this is a reimagining of the classic, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I have watched that movie a long time ago, and it really creeped me out. So I'm very eager to read this book. There is small town folklore, there is family greed, there is shady locals, and a potential haunted piece of property, and a murder mystery. A lot of people who read this book said that it is perfect for spooky season and perfect for Halloween if you want to cozy up with a book. So yes, I'm adding this to my TBR as soon as it releases. The release date is October 14th. The next book that I'm going to talk about is a YA paranormal horror thriller fantasy. There's a lot of horror in these books. This is called The River Drags Her Down. First of all, let's applaud this cover. The cover is stunning. I have no words. And I think there is a first print run edition too with sprayed edges. This says, she has always known the rules. Never resurrect anything larger than the palm of your hand. But that was before her sister died. This made me really sad, to be honest. Here it says, it is a chilling and compulsive exploration of sisterhood, loss, and revenge. So obviously she tried to resurrect her sister because she couldn't bear the loss. And people who read this book also said that this book is very emotional. And some of them mentioned too that it pulls more towards adult than young adult. I'm very happy with that. To be honest, I have no problems with that. And it is about magic, revenge, and it also has a lot of gothic vibes and family myths. And they said this is a slow burn horror book. Very emotional, as I said. The pacing is slow at times, but a lot of people said that it is deliberate because the author lets you really be in the moment and soak in all the details and get all the vibes. It is less jump scare horror and more creeping dread. You know what? Sometimes the creeping dread is scarier than the horror. And I know I'm not alone in this feeling. So that's the fear of the unknown. You're you don't know why you are getting the chills and why your body is reacting a certain way, but deep down, you know something is wrong. And that makes me even more scared than the real thing. This is going to release on October 7th. Okay, the next book. I'm super excited to read this one. This is called The Scammers by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is a YA mystery thriller. First of all, the cover is on point because it is about someone who is manipulating people, and I love this cover and the college setting, or like the high school setting. It is a college setting, I believe. And here it says, Tiffany D. Jackson delivers another stunning, ripped from the headlines thriller following a freshman girl whose college life is turned upside down when her roommate's ex-convict brother moves into her dorm and starts controlling their every move. You know, a person like who has a very charming personality and they are like very smart and intelligent, but Jordan, she senses that there is something sinister beneath his friendly advice and growing group of followers. I am very interested in this book. And here it says, one of the reviews, if you are a fan of true crime, specifically cults, and or if you love to read about anything unhinged, then this might be just the book for you. This comment really convinced me to pick up this book. And another comment says, whoa, this is one messed up book. LOL. I'm so excited to read it. And a lot of the people who read it said that it was absolutely gripping and they couldn't put it down. This author has a lot of high-rated books, and I really want to read more from her. Tiffany D. Jackson, she obviously wrote this one. She also wrote Monday's Not Coming. This is another contemporary YA mystery thriller. Another one, The Weight of Blood. This is a horror YA thriller too. So, and a lot of her books have really, really high rating. I am very, very anticipating this read. This is going to release on October 7th. The next book is by none other than our beautiful woman who does not sleep, I think, Frida McFadden. It is called The Intruder. This one is another mystery thriller, of course, about a girl or woman who is in a cabin in the wilderness, and like the cabin does not have this steady building, right? And she discovers a girl lurking outside her kitchen window. She's young, she's alone, and she's covered in blood. The girl won't explain where she came from or loosen her grip on the knife she has in her hand. And when Casey makes a disturbing discovery in the middle of the night, things take a turn for the worse. Of course, there would be secrets. Of course, there is a lot of what the hell is going on. But like the reviews, like I felt like I was seen. I felt like we are all in this together because the reviews made me laugh so hard. And people who didn't even read the book, but they saw that this is going to release. Wait, let me tell you when this is going to come out. It's October 7th too, but here it says, I know she's effing lying. Does she sleep? And another one, is this what Stockholm Syndrome feels like? Because like a lot of Frida books are like very hit and miss, but like when they hit, they hit. Like The Boyfriend, I loved it so much. The other one, what is it called? The Co-Worker with the Turtles? Not so much, to be honest, but like a lot of people were like this one. Me, I can't take another one. Also me. Pre-orders immediately while side-eyeing the author. This is exactly how I felt when I saw this. Like, and here it says also another comment, Frida, honey, please take a break, he said while adding it to his TBR. This is me. This is me. I am adding this to my TBR too. I'm going to read it as soon as it releases. I hope we get there. Always very, very good on audio. I'm going to say, I hope the audio releases the same day as the physical book or the ebook, but I'm going to read it. I'm very, very intrigued. Okay, the next book is very different. This is an adult dystopian. It is called Conform. And I think that dystopians are coming back. I think dystopia is going to be the new romantasy, in my opinion. Let me tell you a little bit about this world. First of all, I used to read a lot of dystopia way back, and like the feeling of suffocation, you know, when you are reading is unmatched when you're reading dystopia. All like the oppression and also corruption, but mostly like you are controlled. Every single facet and detail of your life is under control, and they are watching you all the time, and every single detail is planned, and like you don't have any free choice. Basically, it is so suffocating. But I loved the books that I read before, and now this one. This says, Conform is going to be one of my favorite books of the year. If you are a fan of Fourth Wing, Throne of Glass, and Silver Elite, you will love this one. Now, I don't know how she made the connection between Fourth Wing and Throne of Glass, but maybe because we have a badass FMC. But Silver Elite was dystopia too, but it didn't focus too much on the dystopia side of that world. Maybe we will get more in book 2. And that is the thing that I missed in that book. And here it says, this dystopian romance masterpiece had me on the edge of my seat. By the time I made it to the end, I had nervous stomach, like clenched abs, nerves in my belly. This is the feeling that I'm chasing, to be honest. I want this. And basically, in this world, we have, it's a far future where women get chosen to become someone's mate. And the rich, I think they live in the sky, on the clouds, they said, and the poor are down, of course. And we have rebels and elites and everything. And it seems like a lot of people enjoy this book. Like by the reviews and the star rating is very high. Conform is completely unputdownable. This world is painted in a way that is both stunning and unsettling. So yes, this is going to be added to my TBR. Also, I have 2 other dystopian books that are on my radar too. To Cage a Wild Bird, I think that book is called, about people in prison, and they choose them to become a part of this competition so they can gain their freedom, I believe. So there are games inside the prison. And another one, an underground prison also. Deadly as Few, I think it's called. There are 2, it's going to be a trilogy, I believe, and 2 books are already out. Those books are also on my TBR list for a dystopian read. The reviews are very promising. This is going to release on October 14th. The next book is called Dating After the End of the World. Now, this is the genre-bending book that I was talking about. This is the end of the world, and it is a zombie apocalypse. And this girl goes back to her hometown to seek refuge with her family, of course. She's surprised to find that her dad has hunkered down with a group of survivors, including her arch nemesis, Blake Morrison, the high school bully who made Casey's teenage years a living hell. And this is an enemies to lovers in this apocalyptic zombie world. This has 4.05 star rating on Goodreads, so I'm very excited to pick up this one. People who didn't enjoy this felt that it was like a bit weird to mix these 2 things together. But like for me, if it's love, it's love, you know. If they are living, like if you think about The Walking Dead, it did not prevent them from making relationships, friendships, romantic relationships. I mean, if you get used to it, I think then it becomes normal. This is your life now, and you have to live it, basically. This says, I went in expecting a quirky rom-com with an apocalyptic twist, which it definitely is, but what I didn't expect were the moments that literally had me tearing up. Some parts were so emotional and gut-wrenching that they caught me off guard. And another one says, I've never thought I would read and enjoy a romance in the midst of zombies. I thought that this was so unique, and that's why I'm adding this to my TBR. This is going to release on October 1st. The next one is by Alex E. Harrow. If you are wondering about this author, she's the author who wrote The Starling House or Starling House. I loved that book. It was one of the hidden gems of last year when I read it. Was it last year or the year before that? I can't remember. I can't recall. But I really loved it. This is a fantasy, historical fiction romance. It is adult. A lot of people in the comments were really insisting that this is adult. I think it has some spice or something like that. But what made me, I mean, this is a little bit vague, but I think they are stuck in this loop of time where they relive the spirit of time. They try to change it, or one of them tried to change the outcome, is trying to change the outcome. But the reviews are what made me really think about, yes, I need to add this to my TBR, because a lot of them, I mean, first of all, it has 4.61 stars on Goodreads. Secondly, listen to this. I think about this book every single day. This is one of those books you read and thank the heavens you have eyes. I will never get over this. Another one says, an adult fantasy novel about a big, sad lady knight stuck in a time loop and the anxious historian trying to save her. This is, and I do not say this lightly, one of the most beautiful love stories I've ever had the honor of reading. Another one says, this is one of those books that you read once and think about for the rest of your life. And a lot of people said that they were sobbing while writing their reviews because of how much it touched them. So, and this is what made me add it to my TBR. I mean, I want to know what is going on, what is happening in this book. This is going to release toward the end of October, October 28th. And because I read Starling House and I really, really enjoyed it, I'm going to give this one a go. The next book is book 3 in the Coven of Bones by Harper L. Woods. Book 1 is The Coven, and book 2 was The Cursed, I believe, and book 3 is called The Damned. Now, let's go back to that review. I loved The Coven, really enjoyed it. The Cursed, if you turn off your brain and just enjoy the vibes and like take the romance as it is. Don't think about it too much, because if you think about it too much, there will be some problems because you will not agree with things that are happening. But if you just are here for the vibes, the witchy vibes, very dark and atmospheric, the demons and the witches and like the history between them, the mystery, also there is a mystery there, and like the vibes, you will really, really enjoy your ride. I enjoyed the first book more than the second book because we had a lot of spice, not a lot of things were happening in my opinion, and I'm going to reread them for sure before reading this one, even though this does not follow the same couple of the first 2 books. So the first 2 books, we followed a couple. Now we get 3 and 4, another couple. And maybe we get 5 and 6 and we follow another couple there too. But I need to read them to refresh my memory, like the world and the archdemons and like the hierarchy and the things that happened. And also maybe I will change my mind about The Cursed. Maybe, never say never. But I had a great time with it. This is set in the 9 circles of hell. And I don't remember this all the time, to be honest. I usually don't remember the ending or like the specifics when a book ends, specifically in a series. But this one, I remember. So we are in the 9 circles of hell, and he's an archdemon and she's a witch. And we're going to, of course, follow them. And it is an enemies to lovers. A lot of people love this. Enemies to lovers, forced proximity. It is a slow burn. We have Touch Her and Die, childhood trauma. I hope we get a lot of substance and plot and slow burn. Here she said it's a slow burn. I really do hope it's slow burn, because then it would make the story much, much better, in my opinion. I'm adding this to my TBR. This is going to release on October 7th. The next book, ooh, yes, I remember this one. This is a YA horror thriller slasher. This is my second slasher this season. The first one that I added to my TBR jar was Bleed In, Breathe Out, or Bleed In, Bleed Out, Breathe In, Bleed. No, I think Bleed In, Breathe Out. Is it? Let me check because. Yes, it is. Why did I say bleed in, breathe out? It is breathe in, bleed out. This is one that I added. It's a slasher that I added to my TBR jar. This one is called Final Cut. And the pitch says, the set of a low-budget slasher film turns into a real-life horror movie in this twisty, wicked blend of Scream meets the reappearance of Rachel Price. First of all, this is your sign. If you haven't read The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, oh my God, read it. Now is the perfect time. It will give you all the thrilling vibes and everything. And the plot twist, oh my God, how does she do it every single time? She blows my mind. I added her newest release, Not Quite Dead Yet, to my TBR jar, so it is in there too. But when I saw that this is Scream meets the reappearance of Rachel Price, I was like, yes, directly, I'm adding this to my TBR. And I also love YA horror thrillers because they are very, very fast-paced and they keep you reading and turning the pages. So it is going to be a very fast read, and it's 350 pages. Perfect length. Also, the reviews here say, this book felt like an homage to all the 90s slasher films. The vibes were immaculate throughout. It was so well done that it felt like I was watching a movie in my head as I read the book. Another one says, this young adult novel came with all the slasher vibes. I loved it. It was full of excitement, mixed with a lot of suspense. It is wicked, twisty, eerie, and dark. Add this to your TBR. If you love slashers, I feel like this is going to be a must. This is going to release on October 28th. The next one is a mystery thriller heist, and that's why I chose it, because it's a heist. It's called The Picasso Heist. From the book title and the book cover, you can already tell that it is a heist about stealing a Picasso painting. Now, this painting has been forgotten or like hidden somewhere no one knew about, and then when they discovered it and it is here, they are going to sell it. And the young auction house employee, we follow her. She's a first-rate art thief and an expert gambler who knows how to calculate the odds and play her considerable leverage against all sides. Most of the reviews enjoy this book. Everyone really praised this book, saying that it is an absolutely awesome thriller that is impossible to put down. I was hooked from the first paragraph, totally immersed in this tale of revenge and high-stakes crime. This book felt like a poker game. It almost felt like I was watching a movie play out. Just when you think things are finished and complete, there is more to it. This is going to release on October 13th.